All right, and we live. So go ahead and take another sip of your little ice water, and let's get down to it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special episode of the 504 Podcast. I am your host, Mark, and I'm joined here with a good friend of mine, Giana. How are you, Giana?
Hey, y'all.
Giana. Giana. Make it busy tonight. That's a little song.
I hate that you do that.
It's a cool little song. So I'm venturing away from the political, news-worthy stuff, and we're just gonna talk about the dumb stuff. Because sometimes I think we all just need, yes, we all just need the dumb stuff in our lives to keep us laughing.
Agreed.
And some stuff that Gianna and I are probably gonna disagree on, but let's start with the dumb stuff first.
Okay.
All right, so Jennifer Lopez, she back with Ben Affleck?
Yo, I thought Ben Affleck was like dating someone off of
that app, right?
Para or something.
Yeah, did he have he was on an app or something, and he matched with a girl. Yeah, he matched with a girl, and she unmatched with him, and then he sent the voice message to say, "Yo, like, what's up?"
Like, why?
Yeah.
Because he's probably a little insecure because he's Ben Affleck. Let's be honest.
You think he's insecure? You think he's insecure?
Why would he message someone who didn't who matched with him and didn't want to talk to him?
Because this has probably happened more than once because people think that it's a fake profile.
So you having a brain in your head, you would normally think that, right?
Yeah.
You would be able to put 1, 2, and 2 together.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just like, if you are a celebrity and you're on a dating site and you match with somebody and they, they unmatch with you or whatever, like, you're gonna have to realize that they probably don't think that you're the real person.
But that's why he sent the video message afterwards, like, yo, it's me.
He must have really wanted to match with her then, because, like, I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
I don't understand why Ben Affleck is using a dating site. Why don't you just
go? You're a celebrity. You need to match with regular people.
So then go down your Instagram. Go down your Instagram and look at all the people who follow you, and then go send a few follows back. Jump in the DMs real quick. You hear
it? That's not private enough.
So the girl who posted all of this, that ended up not being private enough either.
Exactly, because she posted everything. But what I think, it's rough when you're a celebrity, but I do believe that celebrities shouldn't date other celebrities. I do believe that they should date regular people.
No, I think celebrities should date celebrities because when it comes to a celebrity, they know what the life entails. Like, if I were dating, I don't know, give me a celebrity.
Jennifer Lopez.
No, not Jennifer Lopez. You know what? There was a joke that was like Jennifer Lopez was the Thanos. Jennifer Lopez was Thanos, and each of her exes was an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
I saw
doesn't have the best taste in men. I was reading an article actually earlier today, and they were talking about how A-Rod is like so crushed that she's back with Ben Affleck because he's really been like trying to work things out with her.
I just saw a video of him just chilling and dancing to music like he don't care. In the gym, drinking water.
All this. They said that he's flown like to see her like multiple times within the past several weeks because he's trying to work things out.
Listen,
these people.
J-Lo and Halle Berry are the two women I look at as damaged. It doesn't matter how many relationships they get in, it just doesn't work out. Damaged. Right along there with Janet Jackson. Damaged. Don't know what their problem is. Something's wrong. Along with Brandy. What?
No, Brandy has a lot of issues. Brandy has a lot of issues.
Allegedly has a lot of issues. We don't want Brandy suing us.
It's not allegedly. You don't even have to. You just have to have an understanding of humans and how we process trauma, right?
Well, I know she hit somebody with her car years ago.
It's that and a whole lot of other things. She's been like going through it basically almost her whole career, like the whole time she's been in the spotlight. Ever since, I want to say, probably probably since 2000, like right before she hit that lady with the car. She's just been going through it. And I don't think she's ever like fully, I think she's trying to heal right now. But
I figured she had her come up.
sometimes
She started acting and stuff. I thought that was like her come up. It's just
No, yeah, but every time I see her picture, I'd be like, oh, she looks so beautiful.
and Keisha Cole. She's damaged to me.
But you can see something like, at least for me, because I look at people. I don't just like surface look at people. I actually pay attention to people. And from seeing Brandy and some of her pictures, I just be like, yeah, she not okay. I don't know what the problem is. I pray that it all gets worked out, but she not okay.
All right. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on Jennifer Lopez. I'm not that big of a Jennifer Lopez fan.
Yeah.
My last time I looked at Jennifer Lopez as that girl, she was with Diddy.
I think that's the last time any of us looked at her like she was that girl.
I don't know.
At least any of us.
Mark Anthony put 2 babies in her, so I don't know.
But they had a thing, like since before Diddy, when she was working on Selena. They were like always in love, but the timing was never right. And when the timing was finally right, I think he became like an alcoholic or something.
How do you know all this useless information?
Because I collect that.
Oh my God.
This is the thing. I read a lot, not just like my fantasy escape novels, right? My science fiction that I love, but I be catching articles, interviews, like all of that, and it just like it stays in my brain. I have like like you could probably ask me a question about any topic on the world, and I'll have an answer or a related answer.
Okay, so moving on to that topic. Is Kevin Hart irrelevant? We were talking about this. It wasn't a topic, but we were talking about this. And the reason why I ask is because he used to be a Nike sponsored athlete, sort of. So he had his own running shoe. I think they were called the Heart Lovers or something like that. He had his own shoe with Nike, and
he was doing that
the running thing. He would he was doing he would run. And he was doing like marathons and stuff with people.
Yeah, I remember that. He also had an exercise show where he had like celebrities come on, and he would like show up and do like random exercises, like gymnastics lessons. Or
that's not the one where he's that's not Cold as Balls. That was a different show.
Oh yeah.
So
I can't remember the name of it.
Is he irrelevant because people don't care, or do you think he was just pushing our faces so much that we just said enough?
I think that's a combination of both. I think he was absolutely like oversaturated the market with him, just like they did with Tiffany Haddish when she first came out.
I never found her funny.
I found her funny the first like maybe 2 movies, and then after that I was just kind of like, oh sis, I'm glad you're working, because you just you needed to be working. I'm glad you're working. And she's done a lot for herself. Like she's come up. So I'm proud of her. I'm proud of the relationship that she had with Kevin, that he was able to push her. You know what I mean? You want to be able to have those relationships and those friendships with people where you can have make business and make money with people and be able to help people get a leg up, right? Because we know that nobody in this world got there by themselves. They got a hand up from somebody. It may have been somebody giving them a chance on a crazy idea that nobody else, would give them a chance on. But it was at least one person that helped everybody get to where they're at right now. Nobody, except maybe Adam and Eve, got there on their own. And they
didn't get there on their own. They had help from God. It was all set up before them. They were the last things made.
Exactly. So I'm grateful for that example of how a black man can help uplift a black woman. I love that for them. But I do think that he absolutely oversaturated the market. I think that people were tired of him. They were tired of him and his cheating scandal, because it was 2, right? Because he cheated on his wife, Tori, I think her name is, and then he got with the
nobody knows that he cheated on his wife, the first one.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
That's part of why they divorced. I know that.
Well, yeah, it was toxic from what he said. I read his book.
Very toxic. and then he's with the new chick, and he cheated. He cheated
Did
on her
he
while she was
cheat though?
pregnant.
Did he cheat? Or was he just doing just like some real suspect stuff for women?
No, he was like in the stripper club or whatever, and everybody
The
was like, "Oh,
stripper
he's in the
club. You've
strip
never
club."
been.
I've been like twice, and I don't like it. I don't. It's not my thing, man or women. It's not me. So he was in a strip club a couple times. And they were like, "Oh, Kaz's in a strip club, Kaz's in a strip club," and then they found out that he was actually like cheating on one of the. It was either one of the girls there, or he got caught on video with somebody. He got caught on video with
I
somebody.
saw a clip of the video though. He
exact
just seemed like he was drunk and just having a good time. It didn't seem like he was cheating.
Once a cheater, you can't really allow yourself to be seen in a certain light, because people are going to be like, "You cheated before, you could be doing it again." So either way, they decided to work it out. She had the second baby. They're happily married. Then he put out that special, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's not funny." And Kevin Hart has never been he's been funny, absolutely. I don't know if he's ever been like hilarious funny like Dave Chappelle.
I think he's only had one comedy stand up that I looked at and said, "Yo, this is funny." That was the seriously funny one.
Yes. I think that because he's small and he does a lot of physical comedy in addition to his stand up, that it was funny because we like, "Oh, this little man is like making jokes that he's doing stupid stuff and all of that." And then he was funny in some of the movies because, again, he's a little guy and,
Yeah, but how many movies are you going to watch of him being the same person?
That's the thing. And
I mean, but in his defense, Will Smith is kind of like that. You get two versions of Will Smith. You get the serious, you get the very serious, and I make one-liners Will Smith, or the I'm very serious and I'm gonna cry Will Smith. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. I think Jamie Foxx is a better actor than Will Smith.
I absolutely agree.
You agree?
Will Smith is a phenomenal actor. Jamie Foxx is an amazing actor.
Oh my goodness, somebody actually agrees with me there.
Will was always seen as like the funny guy because of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And it wasn't until he got, what was that, like 6 degrees of separation, that movie, where they were like, "Oh my God, he could be serious." And
wasn't it? It wasn't Philadelphia? I thought it was Philadelphia. Or was that another movie?
He was in Philadelphia?
Don't he?
Isn't Philadelphia a Tom Hanks movie?
Yeah, it is. But wasn't he in it too?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, I could be bugging.
Maybe you're mixing it up with the 6 degrees of separation movie.
Maybe. I'll look it up while you're talking.
Yeah. Fact check that. But yeah, so it wasn't until he like started getting serious roles that everybody started taking him more seriously. And then once that happened, those are the type of roles that he was trying to take. Because then it was like Independence Day, even though he played like the funny sidekick.
You know what's crazy in Independence Day? He wasn't even the main character in Independence Day.
He wasn't, but he made the movie.
He make the movie.
The whole movie. That was when Vivica Fox was still fine.
Wasn't she? Wasn't she?
She was, man. I hate when celebrities change their face. Like, why you do all of that? You don't need the cheek fillers. Okay, Botox I can understand, but why you do so much?
Well, apparently his first movie was called Where the Day Takes You, and then there's another one that says Made in America, then 6 Degrees of Separation. I think I saw Will Smith as the cool guy from Bad Boys. I think Bad Boys is what put him on the map for me.
Really?
Yeah. Or you get the super funny Will Smith that you'll see in Men in Black.
Yeah, you get the goofy funny Will Smith. You get the action.
But even the action Will Smith is serious Will Smith with one-liners, or super goofy Will Smith that you see in Men in Black. That's it. Those are the two Will Smiths you get.
True.
All right, but moving on from Will Smith, you mentioned something. Once a cheater, always a cheater. So, I know you're single currently. Are you single currently?
Yes, I am.
Okay, she's single currently. You hear that, fellas? So, is cheating a deal breaker?
Yeah.
And so okay, so
If you don't have
what cheat?
kids,
What type of what?
if you are unmarried, right? You didn't
No, let's
go
okay.
or
Let's
not in your
assume
family.
and we'll take this to marriage. We're not gonna do unmarried. We're gonna say because unmarried, yeah. There's nothing there that ties you to another person if you're unmarried. You're
Exactly.
in a relationship. Yo, you bugging. I'm out. You cheating. You can't keep your hands to
Absolutely.
yourself. But let's say you're married. Is cheating a deal breaker?
No, not necessarily. Because especially if you have kids. Because at the end of the day, you have to decide, is this a pattern of behavior or was this one mistake? And what led to this one mistake? I have a friend who's married with kids. And
Oh, she's still telling the business.
I am, because no, this is a good example. And they were having a lot of issues, right? And there was a death in the family. They were struggling with money. He was, her husband was drinking to avoid all of the stress, I
The
guess, of the
emotional
environment.
issues and stuff that come with
Exactly.
all of these
Exactly.
things.
So he wasn't open emotionally and was drinking to avoid that. And then because of that, then she had the second baby, her dad passed away, her grandmother passed away, all around the same time.
Oof.
As the second baby, her libido dropped significantly, and he's getting an attitude because she's not, giving it up. Meanwhile, she's like, but you're disgusting to me right now because you're sloppy drunk every night, and they're still having these issues of finances, whatever. So it's just a lot of up and down. They're both in two different places, and it was not good. And he changed, tried to get himself together, and she was still like, just her libido was low. So instead of, hey, let's go to therapy, let's see what we can do with the doctor or a therapist, instead of doing that, they just completely, like, they were roommates at that point, and then he stepped out. So she, especially because she's Christian.
But in that case, I don't look at that as cheating.
No,
I think it's like somebody emotionally left the relationship the relationship. Well, yeah, you know what? I can consider it cheating
because it wasn't just one time. It was a whole relationship.
Okay, got it.
So that's cheating. So because she's married and with kids, it's not a deal breaker because she's like, listen, we still made this commitment. We have kids. I want to honor that commitment. I'm willing to work things out with you. Let's go to therapy and fix where we went wrong. And she held up her part. Like, she took responsibility for her actions, that I understand what I did to push you to that point. And he said he understood what he did to push himself to that point, and it was just all a matter of them doing the work to try to reconcile and renew, right? Not everybody is willing to do that. Not everybody is ready to do that.
Stop playing with your face.
But shut up. Why are you like commenting?
I want to hear watch you play with your face.
Oh my gosh, you're so annoying. Edit this out too.
I'm not editing nothing. It's raw and uncut.
Oh my
Keep
God.
going with your long story. Go ahead, tell us.
Anyway, so what I use that story to say that if you are married and a person cheats, even if they have one relationship, but it's like an actual relationship outside of your marriage, it is not a deal breaker if you guys want to reconcile, right? Or if you have kids. Now, you never want your kids to be raised in a toxic environment, but if you are seriously trying to say, okay, you take responsibility for your actions like they did, you make the commitment to go to get counseling and work it out because you guys want to fix the problems that you had in your marriage, cheating is not a deal breaker.
So let me ask you this. Do you think when people say we grew apart, is that just a cop-out? Or do you think that is real? Growing apart is real?
I think growing apart is real, but I also think that marriage is hard work. And it's not just work. It is hard work.
It's a job.
Because it is a job. Because you have to consciously be thinking and considering another person when you make your decisions in life, right? And not just that, but you're making the commitment to love them. And a lot of people think that love is just this beautiful notion, and it's
Love
just
is a
so
feeling.
wonderful.
It comes and it goes.
Love isn't, for me, is an action word. You make the decision to love, right? Sometimes love, you get infatuated with the person, you like them, you're like, okay, like, I like being around you, all this stuff. But when you make a commitment to actually love somebody, you're making a commitment to love them through all of their faults as well, through all of the changes that could occur in life, through all of the issues that could occur. You're making the decision to love them even when they're being a complete a-hole, even when they're a terrible human being. You're saying, because I know the goodness in you, I'm still gonna love you through that, right? So love is an action word, it's a verb, and it is not just I think like is what you're saying. Like comes and goes. Some days I
No,
like you, some
love
days
comes
I
and
don't.
goes. Love comes and goes.
I disagree with that. I think that love is fully present for those who work for it.
So you don't think you can be in love with a person and not be in love with a person and then fall back in love with a person? You think that love has to be there the entire time?
I think
Oh, look at
that
me stomping her. She's still playing with her face.
Oh, I hate you so much. No, I'm getting my thoughts
You had to
together.
see the way she was rubbing the chin when I asked the question.
Oh, shut up. Let me think. I think that love is
Uh-oh.
always present. I think that you may forget why. I think that love is always present, but I think that sometimes the things that we don't like about a person, the way that we feel about some of their actions when they don't want to change or when they hurt others intentionally or unintentionally, I think that can build into a mountain, and you won't be able to see the seed of love, right, that first was planted because of the mountain of everything else going on. So when you talk about love, falling out of love and falling back in love with someone, I don't think you ever fall out of love, so to speak. I think that you get distracted from the love that you had by everything else that you're focusing on, right?
Nah,
Because
I think you can fall out of love. I really think you can be in love with a person and over the course of years you can look at the person and feel nothing for them.
but then did you ever truly love them?
Yeah.
Because if you truly love someone,
No, I mean, no. So you can still love a person, but I'm talking about the aspect of being in love with a person.
that's the part of hard work. See, so this
Yeah.
is the thing. Being in love.
I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here.
No, no,
I don't
no,
want to
no.
stay
But
here.
no, but I have to clarify this. We can move on after this. I have to clarify. Being in love and loving someone are two different things. The loving part is the action part, right? The falling in love is the, oh my gosh, I like you so much. You give me all these warm feelings. We have such a good time together. You match me. You're there for me. I appreciate you. That's all the good, wonderful feelings of being in love. But the loving part of that, the loving someone through everything,
See, I
part of
think you're
that
using
is
it
the
as a
hard
verb.
work
You're
part.
using it as a verb, and I'm using it as a noun.
Okay.
So
And that's
when it comes to
where the
that
difference
aspect,
comes in.
when you look at it as love as an action, then yeah, love can never leave if you just do it. But I'm talking about love actually being an actual thing, a thought, an idea. A noun can come and go. Not touching the face, but a chin change.
I can't, I know, because I can't reconcile that because of the fact that I don't think that that's really love.
Okay, so then, so what about?
If love is a noun and it's just this thing that we have towards one another where we feel this thing sometimes, we can have it sometimes, we don't have it other times, it's not truly love to me. It's an aspect of love. Maybe it's a type of superficial love, but it's not real love.
But see, real love is then subjective. What if you have somebody and it's real love, and then you meet somebody else and you fall in love with that person, and you decide, listen, like there's somebody else. Like I love you, I really do, but what we have isn't there anymore, and I want to move on with somebody else. You gonna tell me that person never loved the other person?
But I also believe you can be in love with more than one person.
I don't think you can be in love with more than one person. I think you can love multiple people. I think in order to be in love with another person, that's like saying you can worship more than one God. Nah, you in love with one person.
People do that all the time.
Yeah, people do it all the time.
They worship their money, they worship their phones, they worship fashion, they worship Instagram. But
in the end, they have to pick one more than the others. Like you have to decide, yo, I can scroll on Instagram or I can go out here and make a quick $400. They can put that Instagram down.